Or the fill-in star, hopefully, Chris Kelso. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to The Price of Business. I am your fill-in host, Chris Kelso. You know, one of the things we want to talk about to everybody today, first and foremost, is if you don't know about this and you don't have a chance, get the vote out. Get out and vote. It is extremely, extremely important. In fact, one of the guests I've got in my studio right now is Rob Cook. Rob, how you doing?
Good morning, everyone.
Well, you know, one of the things we talk about is getting out the vote. We talk about this all the time. It's important to exercise your ability to vote, to get out there and to make a change in this market.
You know, I don't get political on Facebook, but this morning I wrote, get the facts. Don't listen to those, the half-truths, the sound bites, the things that you're seeing. Do some research. I think an informed voter makes a great voter. Either way that you go, right. Be informed. And I think that's what I see happening out there, is that you're hearing the sound bite, people are making a decision on that sound bite. Oh, that can't be, so I'm going to vote this way. Yeah. Right. And that's what they want you to do, by the way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We had a good conversation this weekend, actually, with Judge Jay, and he was talking about that, about how you need to exercise your vote, how you need to exercise, do your research, vote for an individual that you feel can truly impact either your regional area or a national level.
Yeah, and we had Jim Murphy, who is my state rep, on our show today, which is the Real Estate Rat Pack that's on our sister station. And, we talked about the same thing. People who are closest to the problem and are connected with the people who are experiencing the issues, those are the people that vote for.
Absolutely. I would absolutely agree right there. One of the things we're going to talk about this morning actually is real estate. We are in a market right now that is absolutely, as we say, smoking hot.
Smoking hot.
And so one of the things that we're going to talk about is what's going on in regards to real estate. How is everything moving along? What is happening right now? We're obviously coming into an area in which we're coming into November timeframe, December timeframe, January timeframe. However, things really haven't slowed down too much.
It really has not slowed down too much. And get a perspective of how big the Houston market is. We do as much business as 33 states combined.
33 states combined.
As according to Jim Gaines of Texas A&M Real Estate Research Center. So it is a massive, community. It has been, we have been short on inventory. And, systemically for about 20 months, we're down to about a 2.9 month supply of homes.
2.1 month supply.
Now, that doesn't mean much to a lot of people, but it does mean, if a normal market, 6 to 7 months supply.
And that's what I was going to ask. So a normal month is about 6 to 7 months, which really means the following. If an individual, if we were to stop building today and no homes were to go on the market today,
we're out of business.
We're out of business, right? That means in 2.9 months, there would be no homes to buy or sell.
And for the longest time, we were experiencing 2.6. Now, that is through the HAR, statistics. That is, we cover 7 counties, in Houston alone, 637 square miles. So you can still have pockets. I mean, real estate's local, but it's even more localized, because if you get in the Woodlands, it's under 2 months. If you get into Katy, it's under 2 months. And people are going out in Katy, they're getting multiple offers on properties. Still, the state, a lot of transferees in the Katy market.
Now, what do you suggest people that are either on the fence, either buying or selling? They come into the market right now. They're sitting out there. They're going, I've heard all these stories. Whether it be good or bad stories. Can I get financing? Multiple bids on properties. What are your suggestions to individuals that are out there in the market?
Well, there's a lot of strategies about multiple offers. If you're a seller, there's a great way to receive multiple offers and be very egalitarian about it. Is that a lot of realtors are using a spreadsheet. They'll get in 10 offers. They'll just kind of lay it out, and then they can kind of see what the best net is. But it's not always the highest price, and I caution them against that, because we have had appraisal issues in the past. And so what happens is someone will go, well, I'm going to bid $50,000 up at the list price, and I know I'm going to get it because they want that high price, and then it doesn't appraise, and the deal falls out.
Right.
And so that is one strategy. So what their thought is, we're going to have our first negotiation, and then we're going to negotiate after we find out they might need some repairs.
Correct.
And then we're going to have a third negotiation if there's an appraisal issue.
Okay, so there's multiple factors associated with it. And one of the things we have seen, though, I know we've spoken about this, is while the market is extremely hot, we're not seeing as many, 20 offers on a single property. It's gone down to maybe multiple offers, which is truly 2 to 3 multiple offers.
We had one property had 27 offers, and that wasn't but about 8 months ago. So, it was that heated, and that was in the Heights area.
Right.
And so you go back to, there are certain pockets that are smoking hot. And then you get some areas out in the periphery that are probably a little bit of a normal market.
Okay.
You get out into Richmond where a lot of the new communities are. The houses might sit for 60 days.
Okay.
and before you get an offer on it, but they will sell.
Well, absolutely. Right now, inventory is key.
This is the point where we like to beg and plead everybody out there. Please, if you're thinking about selling your house, and of course, Christmas time is a great time to have on the market because when people walk in, they get that warm, fuzzy feeling. Put it on.
And that was another thing is when is always a good time to put it on the market. As you mentioned,
now is always a good time to put it on the market.
Right, because sometimes what ends up happening is individuals go, you know what, we need to go ahead and wait, a certain period of time, or we need to have this, and really it's when it's best for you.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to think of what your goals are and why are you moving?
Right.
Are you being transferred? And then, in which case, you may only have 30 days to do something. Then you have to price it accordingly. But if you're not in a hurry, and you can price it higher,
right?
Wait till that right person comes along to buy it. It won't be that long a wait, by the way.
It'll be pretty fast right there.
And the issue, why we're low on inventory, because the sellers are looking, going, okay, I will sell my house. I'll sell in 3 days. Where am I going?
Right.
And of course, new construction starting to catch up with it.
That is correct.
Here's what's happening with a lot of new home builders. They're going to say, look, we're not going to sign a contract with you. You already have a home. So we want you to put your home on the market before we sign this contingency contract.
Right.
The contingent that they do sell their house. So they go ahead and put the house on the market, sells in 3 days. Their new house isn't going to be ready for 6 months.
Correct.
And so there's the dilemma. What do I do? So sometimes they have to move twice. If you get a good buyer, they might be willing to lease it back for that period of time, but most of the time not. Because they're having to move.
We talk about be prepared, though. Be prepared for those type of situations. Let's transition for a second. You're with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Anderson Properties.
That is a mouthful
right there, right? So, tell us about that. How's that change been? And tell us a little bit about Berkshire Hathaway Home Services.
Berkshire Hathaway, of course, we were Prudential prior to that. And then Brookfield was our parent company for Prudential, and they're one of the largest relocation companies in the U.S. They're actually based out of Canada. But Warren Buffett company merged with Brookfield, and we didn't know what we were going to be named for, probably several months. And in October of 2013, they said, you're going to be Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Anderson Property, we're a franchise of that. And it has opened up doors like you would not believe.
I can only imagine. Obviously, the Warren Buffett name and his subsequent company of Berkshire Hathaway carries a lot of weight. One of the things I wanted to ask you, obviously you were Prudential prior to, now you're Berkshire Hathaway. How have those doors opened up? I mean, what do you see that has happened in the market?
The common man on the street doesn't necessarily know that name, but anyone in the financial world knows that name. And so what happens is we already, according to one of the polls, the most recognized real estate company after 6 months because of that name. And that's why they use that name.
Right.
It goes along with all their other core services. They want to be, cradle to grave type of services to a consumer.
And you have how many offices now here? I mean, one of the things...
We have about 40 offices, and about 20 of them in Houston. We have them in 9 in Oklahoma.
Okay.
We've got Amarillo. We've got Lubbock. We've got Austin. And of course, we're in Galveston and, of course, Katy and those there. So we cover, we got a big footprint.
40 offices, and that's just under Mike Huff's umbrella right
Under his reign, yes.
That is correct. And y'all, I know if where you stand today versus where you stood a year ago and 2 years ago, y'all have at least doubled in size at this point.
We're pretty close to double. We're somewhere between 700 and 800 agents out there now.
Wow.
So we've grown exponentially. And a lot of it, yeah, you like that word. I rented that word for the day. I had to turn it back in after the show.
That sounds good. Well, how to reach you, by the way, if someone was out there, they want to get a hold of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Anderson Property, and or Rob Cook, how do we do that?
Okay, well, you can reach me at 281-543-0527. Now, that's absolutely the best way to reach me. I'm on it all the time.
All the time, right? One of the things also, you were a past president of HAR. You're very active in the community, very active with TAR and a lot of the activities out there.
Of course, those acronyms mean nothing to the people out there listening. HAR, of course, is the Houston Association of Realtors, and I was chairman in 2007. I still serve as the regional vice president for the Texas Association of Realtors and a director for the National Association of Realtors.
That is awesome. Well, that is Rob Cook with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. A great individual to know if you want to buy, sell, or even ask questions about real estate. Reach out, touch Rob Cook. He's a great individual to know. We are up against a break right now on The Price of Business. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.